What's up everybody, Skilly here, and I am super excited today because today we're playing one of my favorite games of all time, one of my favorite game series of all time, Halo. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make my 1000 subscriber special for the channel, which I know I did a community post a long time ago about, and I know I'm super late because we're already at like 1500, 1600, I don't know. The support's been insane. So what I wanted to do is play one of my favorite Halo 3 missions, which is Cortana. I also wanted to play this mission because I think there's an argument to be made for why Halo is partially a horror game. And I think this level really stands as a good reason for why Halo 3 and why Halo, the series in general, has a little bit of a horror tinge, especially when you're fighting the Flood enemy. So normally I do prefer to play on mouse and keyboard for FPSs, but I am playing on a controller today for two reasons. One, I grew up playing Halo on console and on controller, and two, I'm going to be reading you guys' questions from my second monitor, and so I felt like it would just be easier if I had a controller, which I've played a lot more of Halo with a controller than without, so that's why. We got Master Chief coming in here on the Banshee. I just love this opening of him just riding right into, I think this is High Charity, Covenant ship that's been taken over by the Flood. He's here to rescue Cortana.
Chief, I'll round up our
Badass.
survivors, fall back to the dawn. Arbiter will do the same with the elites.
Oh man, that's disgusting. Look at that. Look at that crap he got on his shoe. Gotta keep your shoes clean, Chief. Look at the pulsing and the throbbing and the tentacle-like things hanging down there. I mean, if you came across this in real life, gosh. And I mean, this still looks okay, but imagine this rendered in today's graphics. Oh God. Oh. I'm ashamed to admit I've forgotten what these little baby Flood are called again, but they're just creepy as shit to me. They're like super fast, they can swarm you. They're the ones that take over the bodies of like dead elites and marines and fucking just turn them into combat forms. Screw that shit. You stop coming eventually, right? Because I need to answer a question. So let's get to this and just die for me, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. So these questions are in no particular order. But first question comes from Fat Pikachu. First, he says, "Awesome work, Skilly. If you have a great road ahead of you." Thanks, Pika. Appreciate it, dude. His question is, when it comes to horror, what is your favorite type of horror game? Survival, action, psychological, horror, etc. That's a great question. So I'll be honest. I am very picky about horror. And I feel like there's a lot, I feel like 95% of horror movies, horror games, anything to do with horror out there is just garbage. Jump scares get me a lot, but I feel like jump scares are kind of cheap in most cases. Definitely overused in a lot of stuff. Anyway, because of that, because of my opinions on just the horror genre as a whole in entertainment, I think my favorite type of horror is psychological horror. And the reason is the human mind is just this weird, crazy complex beast, and there's so much potential for like things you can do in horror to screw with, you know, people's mind, or somebody going crazy and like things that their mind can invent. I think that's way more terrifying than any other type of horror. So psychological horror, definitely. So I was gonna make the case that Halo is partially horror, and part, I think, of psychological horror sometimes that people don't think about is what your mind can do to you when you're in this crazy, terrible situation, right? And so a great example of that, I think, is like what Chief is doing right now, right? Even though he's this crazy super soldier, right? And he's obviously like encountered the Flood before at this point in Halo universe. And so it's probably not as bad for him, but I mean, just imagine being in this situation, trying to rescue Cortana, seeing all this shit, these like aliens that basically want to just destroy all life and are a hive mind and look disgusting, just like coming at you. I mean, even if you're a super soldier, right? Like the mental toll this has to take on your psyche. I mean, just, oh God. Oh God. I do not know why I chose to play this on Legendary. Ugh. Get out of here. Ugh. I also don't think it depends on how many times I die. I don't remember this level being particularly long. I might have to stop and just answer some questions at certain points. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I forgot there were people up here. Oh, God. Oh, I didn't mean to blast open that thing and get more flood forms. Oh, shit. I'm starting to run low on ammo, too. All right. The next question comes from Mr. Diamati. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. As a starting out content creator, what is the most challenging part about your start? And when developing your online persona, are you just being yourself or are you trying to create a different character to your viewers? That's a good question. It's really a two-parter, right? So let's break it down. So what's the most challenging thing to start as a content creator? And I think, honestly, this is going to sound very cliche and silly, but it's honestly just starting, right? YouTube has been a big part of my life pretty much ever since it came out in 2006. I've consumed a lot of my entertainment and media on YouTube, and I was always interested in the platform, and I've always been a gamer like my entire life, and I would have loved to make content or do content prior to when I started.
Child of my enemy, why have you come? I offer no forgiveness. A father's sins pass to his son.
Ooh, there's another reason I think Halo is kind of horror, especially this level. That's the grave mine, which is like the hive intelligence of the flood talking to us right there. Like basically telling us to turn back, that he's gonna like offer no mercy. Ugh. It's freaking weird, man. All right, anyway, sorry. So back to Mr. Diamati's question. So I was always like, YouTube was always a big part of my life. I was always interested in it. And I honestly never started making content because I just didn't even think it was something that I would be able to do. Like, honestly, it sounds silly, but I don't think I had the self-confidence to do it. I don't think that I knew literally like, you know, I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know like how to record a video. I didn't have the right hardware to do it, right? Not that you need a crazy computer or anything or a crazy setup. It's just I didn't know what to get to be able to do it, and so I just felt like the barrier for entry was too high, and so it's not something that I ever considered until I started working for IGP. So yeah, I would say, you know, if you're interested in becoming a content creator or something, just start. I mean, that's pretty much with anything. You just got to try it, and you just got to do it over and over and over again until you get comfortable with it, you find your voice, you find your style, and, you know, you learn and grow. I mean, I am still finding my voice and exactly my style, I think. I'm honing in on it and trying to, and I'm still learning. I mean, every time I go to edit a video, whether it be for myself or for IGP, I am learning something new, almost every single time. And then he asked about my online persona, and am I just being myself or am I trying to create a different character? I'm afraid this isn't going to be a terribly like interesting answer. It's just me. There's no character. I mean, my real name is Philip, and Skilly and Philip are the same. I'm just going by Skilly, my online moniker. I feel like kudos to those who can, you know, develop a character and do a character and sit down in front of the mic every day and do that. Like, the first person that comes to mind that I like who does a character is Dr. Disrespect. I mean, that guy's character and his production value and everything else are just on another level, and he's hilarious. But I feel like that's exhausting. And I also feel like I'm a very open book. I'm a very authentic person. The idea of developing a persona and having to put that hat on every time I sit down and play games, that's just not appealing to me. I just want to have fun. I want to play games that I like, and I want to and with friends, and I just want to have fun. Skilly is me. Skilly is Philip. The other benefit I have too, which, you know, some of you may not, is I'm a little bit older. I'm 34 years old, so I've had time to find myself and figure out who I am. Oh man, Oh no, Cortana. Cortana's been like stuck here with the grave mine trying to hold it off. Pretty much been kept prisoner. I'm sure that's got to be like torture. Oh shit, there's a lot of them. Why did I do this on Legendary? I'm gonna die. I am going to die. This is also way harder than I anticipated. Reading questions and trying to play Halo on Legendary. If you didn't know, this level, Cortana, is actually one of the later levels in the game. So, you know, the game tends to, even though Halo I wouldn't say is a super hard game, it's hard on Legendary, hard-ish. The levels do get more intense the further into the game you get. Cortana, we're gonna see you struggle a lot, aren't we? Because I'm gonna die here a ton. All right, let's see if I can read another question before these floods swarm me. So Trash Can Bandit says, what are you considering for upcoming games? Oh gosh, geez. This is, I wasn't prepared for this question, I gotta be honest. I mean, there's a lot of games. So honestly, you know, IGP and I have very similar taste in games, and one of the things I do for him is I track upcoming games, and like we talk about what he wants to play and what's interesting. And so a lot of the games that I'm tracking for him, I'm interested in too. But that list is like over 200. Now, of course, IGP and myself are not going to be able to play all 200 of those. And a lot of those games will get delayed or aren't releasing at the same time, right? So I guess I'm just going to have to insert Future Skilly here and tell you what games I'm interested in. So yeah. So I'll pull up my Steam library and we'll go over like my wish list and we'll talk about what I'm interested in for the channel. Hey guys, Future Skilly here, and so this is my Steam wish list, or this is the part of my wish list that is upcoming games. And I'm actually really bad at adding games that I'm interested in to my wish list. Top one there, Boundary, is like a first-person shooter, but it's in space and you're astronauts. That just seems cool, and I'm not sure I'll make content on that. That next one, Broken Pieces, is just a story-driven kind of horror psychological game. Starfield, I mean, I love Bethesda RPGs. Again, not sure if I'll make content on that one, but I am really stoked for that game to come out. Stray Souls, awesome looking psychological horror game that's coming up. Lord of the Rings, huge Lord of the Rings fan, and Gollum's story I think is just awesome. So this is supposed to be, I think, during his time in Mordor. Really interested in that. Interested in Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. First Stalker game was really great, so that one looks good. Occupy Mars. I love space and space stuff, so that seems like it'll be fun. Sons of the Forest, I mean, how can you not? I was playing The Forest with Alice and Arrow. I know it's a huge indie hit, and I just really enjoyed playing with them and hope to continue that someday. So really looking forward to Sons of the Forest. They Are Here is an indie alien horror game that came out, and IGP actually played the demo for this on his channel, and I thought the game looked really good and interesting. So I'd love to give the full game a spin when it comes out. The Quarry is a very story-driven, cinematic, kind of like choose your own adventure, or almost, you know, your choices matter kind of game. Project Ferocious is a dinosaur game. Looks really good. Madison is another upcoming horror game that's been delayed a couple times due to publisher stuff. It comes out July 8th, I think. Instinction is another dino game that looks really well done and polished that's coming. Masked Harvest is another alien game that looks very interesting to me. The aliens come and they put this dome basically over the whole map that you play on. Hinter is kind of like a low poly horror game based on a famous German like crime massacre or something that happened in a farmhouse or something like that. Just seems like a really unique premise to me, so I'm pretty interested in that as well. And last but not least is Nightingale. Nightingale is an RPG that takes place in what they call the Fey world. Just looks to have some really interesting creatures and monsters and pretty large scale, maybe boss battles. I'm not sure if it'll be good for content because RPGs tend to be kind of hard to make my style of videos on, but it looks very interesting. Definitely encourage you guys to check out the game. And those are some of the big things that I'm interested in. I mean, there are tons more games and I'm always finding new stuff. So that's just a handful of things that I'm looking forward to game-wise upcoming. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back over to Past Skilly. And then Trash Can Bandit had a second question while I'm getting freaking destroyed over here. He wanted to know, hypothetically, you've been living without the ability to taste for 10 years and regain it one morning. What's your first meal? Oh gosh. Oh man, I love food so much. So being without taste for that long, that sounds absolutely horrible. How did I lose my taste? I need to know. The inquiring minds want to know. I don't know. Would it be like can I just have anything I want? I mean, I guess I can. I'm an adult, right? Maybe like a really good burrito or some really good tacos. That just sounds good, you know? Get a burrito up in there, like a spicy chicken burrito with like some pico de gallo and some guacamole and some cheese and sour cream. Maybe throw a little lettuce on there, although I don't like a ton of lettuce. I feel like people overdo lettuce sometimes when it comes to burritos and sandwiches and stuff. Just a you know, just a little sprinkle lettuce, you know, something like that. Flour tortilla, because again, I like food and it's, you know, it's the worst kind for you, and I haven't tasted in a long time, so I don't know. Flour tortilla, I would honestly struggle with that. I mean, I'm sure I'd just start eating a bunch of junk food right away. The reason I would struggle, look at me just running around in a circle ignoring these flood. The next question comes from John Gordon. How do you keep your sanity with the people you do videos with on top of real life? Oh geez. Honestly, I like all the people that I do video with. I would consider them all friends, a lot of them really good friends. I know that we argue a lot in videos and stuff and yell at each other, but I mean, that's like how our relationships are in real life too. I mean, we're not actually like, I mean, sure, we've been mad at each other and stuff and had legitimate arguments before, but we just, you know, are you actually homies if you aren't giving each other shit and yelling at each other? I mean, you know. So can it get annoying sometimes? Sure, if you do it too much and all you do is yell at each other, but you know, that doesn't happen, right, all the time. So, and we all like genuinely really enjoy games, and a lot of times the games we play are stressful, or we're actually like really competitive people, so we want to win regardless of the game, right? So, you know, it just kind of comes with the territory. I think too, my friends or the people I play with and myself, we're all like generally pretty animated people for the most part. The other thing I'll say in real life, yeah, you know, I mean, I've got 2 kids, I've got a wife, I've got a family, and you know, all that stuff while it's amazing and wonderful, it can be stressful at times, and that's a lot of responsibility, right? I mean, honestly, I just try to remind myself of, you know, all the good things I've got going on in my life right now, and that, you know, I woke up today, which is pretty freaking cool, and then I meditate. Highly recommend meditation if you can. You just gotta clear your mind out sometimes. Just, you know, silence, especially in this these days of information overload. You just gotta let your head rest for a minute. Meditate, my friend. Meditate, John. John's second question is, how many times has your family scared the hell out of you while you were playing a game? What was the worst one? So I actually think, and I might be wrong, John, you comment and tell me if this isn't the reason you asked this question, but there was a Devour video that I did with Alice and Arrow where I got the shit scared out of me by my oldest son. And so what happened is, a lot of times when I record or play games, especially horror games, it's really late at night and my family's asleep. I'm in my office, I've got the door closed, the lights are off, and I'm expecting my kids to be asleep, and my wife is, you know, either watching a movie or doing her own thing or asleep, and she knows I'm recording, so she's typically not going to come in unless it's something really important. And so we're playing Devour. I think it might have been for the first time. If it wasn't the first time, it was the second, but it was definitely a new map, new enemy. You know, I was into it. Like, I was creeped out. You know, we were like mid session, I think, or mid playthrough. I had my headphones half off because I think I had like jump scared myself. I had gotten jump scared some or something, and one of my headphones was slightly off. And I just hear this voice out of that ear beside me say, "Daddy, can you help me?" And I wasn't expecting to hear that or hear anything and I didn't hear my door open or anything, and I like kind of startled and turned and looked, and my door was still closed. And because my son is still young and he's short and I'm a very tall person sitting in a computer chair, I didn't see him. Like, my eye line didn't go to him, and so all I heard was this disembodied voice talking to me. And so I freaked the hell out. I screamed really loud. I like jumped up. I hit both my knees on the bottom of my desk. My headphones fell off, and I think I pulled my mouse cable accidentally. Alice and Arrow had no idea what was going on, but they could still hear me through my mic, even though I was away from it some. But, you know, I couldn't hear them because I didn't have my headphones on any longer. Of course, me doing all that scared the shit out of my son because he's really young, and he didn't know what was going on, so he started freaking out and crying. And so that paused the recording for well, not paused it, but, you know, that derailed the recording for 10 or 15 minutes as I calmed him down and then got him to my wife. And then I had to step back down and kind of resituate and fix my shit and explain to Al. And then I explained to Alice and Arrow what was going on, and I think I kind of kept that part in the video. But I've never been that scared shitless before while playing a game by an outside entity, I guess, or force, I should say. That force being my kid. And that's really the only time I've been scared while recording by my family. But I will say, I'm 6'1", I'm 250-ish pounds. I'm a big dude, and my wife is pretty small. You know, she's I don't know, 5'4", and you know, 125 pounds or something soaking wet. You know, she's just, that sounded weird. Okay, I gotta cut that, right? Anyway, my wife is very small compared to me, and she's very quiet, so she will accidentally sneak up on me a lot and just jump scare the shit out of me when she says something to me. Thanks, John. John's a big supporter of the channel and always watches every video and comments, and so I appreciate that. Thanks, John. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be pretty boring to watch, just to watch me run around and not actually complete anything. I've went hard all in on the melee weapons because I feel oh god, look at that fucking flood thing there crawling around. I forgot what those are even called. That's just terrible, man. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. We are not having a good time right now. We are getting run over. Yeah, sit down. All right, I'm kind of, to conserve ammo, I'm letting the little flood forms hit me to die. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not. All right, the next question comes from Boggle, and Boggle asks, what would you rather fight, 10 chicken-sized zombies or 10 zombie-sized chickens? I think I would rather fight 10 chicken-sized zombies. And the reason being is zombies are dead and decaying, right? They're pretty squishy. And I feel chicken size, I can kind of just stomp them with my feet, right? And probably come out on top. But if I'm fighting 10 massive chickens, man, with their claws and fucking talons they got and those beaks, man, and chickens can be mean sometimes. I don't know if you guys know this, but... So yeah, I definitely feel I would rather fight 10 chicken-sized zombies. I think the only oh my gosh, I just got bitch slapped by that flood combat form. I think the only problem with that is you're always worried about getting bit by the zombie, and the smaller they are, and if you're trying to stomp them with your feet, and they're nipping at your legs like those little yippy dogs, that might be an issue. Oh my god, there's so many flood combat form babies, whatever you call them here. Silent Scream asks, can you throw it back? I mean, do you even gotta ask, man? I mean, I got 2 kids. I think that's proof enough, right? Skilly can get down. No, I'm a dad through and through, dude. I can't dance. Maybe once back up in the day, but my dance moves have all they're dadded out now. So I don't know. So if you consider dad dance moves good, yeah, sure. And then Silent Scream also asks, when face reveal? I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say never face reveal. It's not something that I'm extremely opposed to. I kind of have the same opinion as IGP in this regard. I don't know that it adds too much to currently what I want to do for the channel and stuff. I'd rather the focus be on the games and my commentary instead of my face and how I look. I don't think I'm particularly ugly, but I'm also not freaking Ryan Gosling, so I don't know. My only other hesitation about it is, you know, I've been working for IGP now for like a year and a half, and prior to working for IGP, I did have a very successful career. I'm going to be as vague as possible here, but I had a very successful career in corporate America. The main reason I left that was just, you know, I wanted to do something that I was passionate about and that I really enjoyed. I liked my job previously. It's just, I like this a lot more and working with IGP a lot more. And I wanted to tap back into my creative side, which has kind of been lost for a long time. If I do this for a few years and then it doesn't work out, or, you know, I stop working for IGP, which I have no plans to do that, I don't know if it's a good thing to have my face setting out there on a bunch of videos. So we'll see. It might happen at some point in the future, or who knows, maybe another subscriber special if we keep growing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I just don't see a huge need right now to do it, and I don't have the setup. I keep getting my ass kicked at this part, and you guys are probably tired of watching me do this over and over again, so I should probably make some progress before I read another question or two. Oh my god, I forgot how many things are up here. This was not a good idea just to charge in. I'm gonna die again. Yep, dead again. All right, while I'm respawning, Steven669 asks, will you adopt me? I know I'm over 18, but I won't tell anyone. I mean, you don't want me as a parent, dude. I mean, look, I'm here playing video games instead of doing something with my kids. I mean, I'm kidding. My kids are asleep right now. It's really late at night. I don't know. Don't you have to pay money to adopt people and stuff? It just sounds like more responsibility. I can't, man. Another kid is a lot of work, although you're not a kid, right? So, plus, aren't you your college age? Isn't college expensive? Do you want to go to college? I don't know, dude. So, but I mean, you know, if you need some life advice, some dad advice, or a dad hug, yeah, sure, why not? Next question comes from a user named Kepler. What drove you to start making YouTube content, and do you have any plans for the future of your channel? That is a good question, Kepler. Yeah, so what drove me to start making content? I think I said for an earlier question, you know, YouTube's always been a big part of my life as far as entertainment consumption. Always been a big, huge gamer. I ended up leaving my successful corporate America career to do something creative and work with a really good friend of mine, IGP, and kind of be his right hand and work behind the scenes for him. And he has, you know, his really successful channel. And it just kind of seemed like, you know, he recommended at one point, you know, I asked him what was the best way to become more knowledgeable about YouTube and to, you know, become more helpful for him. And he was like, really, one of the best ways to learn is to just do it, man. So make some content. I think he was absolutely right. So I started a channel to just kind of better learn and understand the YouTube game and how it works so that I could be better at my job. I've also always been a person who's had like a creative side project. In college, I studied English and I focused on creative writing and professional writing. I used to have, you know, different musical projects with different people in high school and in college a little bit. So I've always had creative outlets or creative passions. And then I started working with IGP, and, you know, I was able to get that groundwork and foundational knowledge to be able to dive into it. So I really owe a lot to IGP for that and for being able to start. Future plans for the channel. Oh gosh, yeah, so many. Probably so many that I need to just sit down and actually focus on one or two. I think the biggest plan is just to be able to find a way to make more content. Right now I'm averaging like one video every week and a half, which is just terrible. And I would love to put at least 2 videos out a week, maybe 3. You know, it's just hard. Working full time for IGP and then having 2 little young children, one of whom I am the full-time care provider for during the day because he hasn't started daycare yet. It's hard for me to find additional time to make content. The good news is my youngest kid starts daycare in August, and then I'll go back to working mornings for IGP, and then I'll have more time at night. I should be able to produce some more content starting in August, which I'm really excited about. I'd say another plan for my channel too is to just hone in on my style and my voice and like my, you know, like the type of content that I want to make. I mean, obviously, I'm going to continue to play what games I find enjoyable. I'm going to play what I want. I don't want to get stuck in this game of playing just what does good on YouTube, because I just want to have fun with my channel. So I'm going to play whatever I want. I want to find my own unique take and voice on each of those games and things that I play. I'd really like to do some more themed or challenge or idea-based videos around games. I'd like to revisit some of my favorite games and just share those with you guys. I also need to get better at thumbnails. I mean, you guys can probably tell. I am still learning Photoshop and still learning how to create a good thumbnail. I know what goes into a good thumbnail. I just don't have the current skill set to be able to execute on it. So, and it's hard to find the time to expand my knowledge of Photoshop. A lot of my downtime, if I have downtime and I'm just watching something, it's me like watching videos about editing or watching videos about Photoshop or reading about that stuff so I can try and get better. I feel like editing, I've come a long way, and I feel like I still have a lot to learn and grow on editing. I'm nowhere near as good as someone like IGP, but I feel like I'm a pretty proficient editor now. I have a workflow down for it. I know how to do a lot of stuff, and if I don't know how to do something, I can very easily find how to do it and execute on it. These flood are scary, and all I've been doing is running around and dying to them. This is gonna be a super boring video, isn't it? God, I've died so many times. I will beat this level. Alice asks, why the name Skilly? So everybody know, you guys know Alice. Alice is one of my collaborators on the channel. She's a good friend, and I had asked in my Discord, which, by the way, I have a Discord. It's actually thanks to another user who asked a question, or another viewer who asked a question, Boggle. Boggle challenged me to make one if I hit 500 subs, and I did. So I made one. So thanks to Boggle for pushing me, or giving me the belief that I should make one, because I was like, I don't think I should make one. No one's gonna join, and it's still really small. So you should join my Discord. I'm gonna try to be a little active there, and I pop in and out and say stuff and answer questions. But anyway, I had asked in my Discord for a few more questions for this video, and Alice posted this, which I thought was good. My online name, SkillyMcFilly, or a lot of my friends who play with me online just call me Skilly, came about. I had a bunch of different like Xbox Live gamer tag and PlayStation gamer tags, and just like, you know, chat monikers over the period of my life that I've been on the internet. And I never really was a big fan of any of them, didn't put a ton of thought into any of them. And then there hit a point when I was a little bit older and I was starting college, and I was like, all right, I really need like a non-childish, like pretty solid name that's unique to me, something easy for my friends to mention, or like new people that I only play with online. And so I was trying to come up with something, and I was just hating everything I came up with. And I asked my wife, so my name's Philip, and so the McFilly part came from that. And then she's not really a video game player, or not big into video games, and so her first thought was, you play a lot of games, so you must be good at them, so you're skilled, right? And I mean, you guys are watching me play Halo on Legendary right now and get my ass kicked. I mean, I'm terrible at games. So that thought was just hilarious to me. I thought it was funny because it's like complete opposite of what I am at video games. And when you put SkillyMcFilly together, I just thought it had a nice ring to it. And when I started searching on Xbox Live and all the other gaming platforms, it's like nobody had anything close to that. So I asked a couple of friends, like I think IGP was one of the people who was like, hey, I'm gonna change my online stuff to SkillyMcFilly. What do you think of it? And they really liked it. So I was like, all right, cool. I've had it now for like, oh gosh, I don't know, 10 years, maybe more. So it's just kind of become like my nickname, my second handle in life, if you will. So I have people that I've met online gaming who then became friends in real life, and they still call me Skilly. Oh my god. Somehow I'm alive. I'm switched to slowly trying to. Oh, look at how many babies I killed with that one swipe. I need another weapon. I have more questions, and I'm kind of torn about how to handle these. So originally I made a community post on my YouTube channel saying I'm gonna do a 1,000 subscriber Q&A special video. You know, drop your questions down below, and I got like 10 questions out of that. A good number of people though, like either Twitter DM me or DM me in Discord, which I wanted to include in the video, but I'm not sure why they DM'd me. I don't know if that means they didn't want like their username to be shared or public or whatever. They didn't want their question to be associated to them publicly, which it wasn't anything super weird. So I guess maybe we'll just call these anonymous questions, and just because I want to be respectful of people and I don't know what their wishes were. Maybe I'm reading too much into why they were DM'd to me. So somebody asked, how do you know IGP and what do you do for IGP? I know IGP from high school, basically. IGP is a long time in real life friend of mine. He's been my best friend for as long as I can remember. And he's been one of those friends who, regardless of how long it's been since we talked, we could always just kind of pick up where we left back off. And then what do I do for him? You know, IGP's channel grew pretty big, and he's had a lot going on, and one of his struggles with being a family man, being able to produce enough content and do all the things behind the scenes that come with being a YouTuber. And he was looking for somebody to help him, and he posted something on Twitter about it. And I had been looking for, I don't know, something creative, a new creative outlet or something to do that was different. And like I said, I had always been interested in YouTube. So I shot him. I replied to that tweet, I think, with a joke. Like, hey man, I could totally do this. I'm super knowledgeable about YouTube or something, right? Like having no knowledge at all, just watching it. But then I also DM'd him and I was like, hey, you're looking to hire somebody or get somebody to help you. You know, I mean, I don't know what exactly you need done, but you know, I'm kind of looking for something. And so we had a conversation about it, and his biggest criteria was, he was like, I want somebody I can trust and somebody that I already kind of know and have a rapport with. I was like, well, I could fulfill that. And then we talked about what he needed, and I was like, well, yeah, I could do that stuff. And the stuff that I don't know how to do yet, I can learn. IGP and I have actually had the same jobs together in high school at certain points, and he knows my work ethic and he knows what type of person I am. So, you know, he took that risk on me. And but basically what I do for him is like anything that he needs me to do. So he calls me his manager, but I mean, like, I will check his emails and call his attention to anything super important. I track upcoming games for him that are gonna release and like highlight ones that I think he should, you know, pay special attention to or potentially do. I have my own list of game suggestions that I keep for him. I edit for his second channel. I help him with thumbnails and titles for his main channel. And when I say help, he does all of the actual compositing and photoshopping and work. And he's the one who decides on the final titles, and he comes up with a majority of the ideas. But I'll give him a second opinion, or I'll throw we have brainstorming sessions. I'll throw some ideas out there, stuff like that. Just like as this kind of creative workshop space. You know, I'll collab with him sometimes. So if he needs somebody else to play a game, you know, or he wants me to join with Dre and IC, right? Or we do one-off like we did Ghost Exile together. You know, pretty much anything he needs me to do, I'm gonna do. You know, I track business expenses for him. I mean, there's just all these little things that you may not realize or think as a viewer or audience member that goes into behind the scenes of having a YouTube channel, especially one with 2 million subs. You know, I do a lot of that behind the scenes stuff, or I help with it in some manner. And it's fun as hell because it combines some of the things from a business perspective that I had as a professional skill set in corporate America with some creative stuff like editing. So I have a ton of fun. And I get to work with my best friend and hang out with him all the time. It's awesome. I've had this comment before on some videos, and I also got DM'd this by a couple different people, which is, will you do an ASMR video or make an ASMR channel? I kind of know what ASMR is. It's like, you know, people whispering into the mic or like tapping on stuff to relax people or to give them, I think, tingles, right? Like this weird scent, or not weird, I shouldn't say that. this sensory thing where they feel tingles, just as like it's just like a comforting or relaxing thing to help you sleep, I think. I mean, I don't know. That sounds I don't know a ton about ASMR, so I'd have to like research it more. I think it has a negative stigma sometimes from people who don't know about it. I know I've definitely had that perception in the past. But now that I've like been on YouTube more and studying more and like kind of seen more stuff about it, I think, yeah, sure, there are maybe some creators and even some, and a lot of audience members out there who have I don't know, a sexual or a weird component to it. But I think a majority of people out there, it's really just a relaxation thing. Is my voice relaxing? I hate my voice. IGP and I talk about this a lot. Like, not that he hates my voice, but you know, like he doesn't like the sound of his voice, and I don't like the sound of my voice. And that's one of the things I told him when I first started making videos. It's like, how the hell did you get used to the sound of your voice? Because I hate mine. And he was like, yeah, you know, it just takes time and you get used to it. But he's like, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of mine either. It's so weird to me because my voice just, I don't like it. Like listening back and editing, like, ugh. So do you, so it's so weird to me that other people find my voice nice or relaxing or whatever, I guess. I mean, thank you. It's just, I just don't, that's not what I hear when I hear my voice. So I don't know, do you guys, I would love to hear in the comments what you guys think of my voice, like your unfiltered opinion, because it's interesting to me. I also might sound a little off in this video because I am getting over like a spring cold that my kid brought back from daycare. I don't think I would make an ASMR channel anytime soon. Would I try an ASMR video? Maybe. I just feel like I wouldn't want to haphazardly do one. Like I'd actually need to like research and like put effort into it, right, and understand ASMR better before I did it. You know, if I ever get to a point where I can do like a charity stream or something and it's a big thing in the community that you guys want me to try to do that, yeah, sure, why not? I'm open to trying anything once. What is your favorite video / game you've done or covered for the channel so far? Ooh, that's a good question. You know, I really enjoyed the Devour series with Alice and Arrow, and I've really enjoyed Labyrinthine. Those two games, you know, they're not like, I wouldn't say they're like great horror games. They're like mid-tier horror. They're like, you know, they're good, they're decent, they're really fun multiplayer horror games. And so playing those with Alice and Arrow has just been a blast, you know, scared the shit out of me. And they're just really fun games to make content on and work on like the background ambience and like, you know, trying to up the tension and the fear and stuff. It's just, those have been a blast. So I've enjoyed those. I really enjoyed Ghost Exile with IGP. That game has a ton of potential and that video was so much fun and we were both just terrified out of our minds the whole fucking time. I realize I'm answering this question by what was your you've only got 40 videos. What was your favorite video? And I'm giving you like 10 videos. Another thing too, I'm going to mention this, and this, I shouldn't say this. I did a Tales of Arise video, which is a recent RPG, when I first started making some content, and like, you know, not a lot of people have watched that video and it's very different from horror. Intro to that video, I kept in the intro cinematic for the game, but I had to change the song that played over top of it. And this was still very early in me creating videos, and I was very early in learning how to do sound design and stuff. And I found this perfect like anime-esque song from like an indie artist, got their permission to use it. They said it was open to use for whatever. And I cut out the intro cinematics original song and spliced that one in, and I did like a little bit of work in the background to like, you know, change the tempo and stuff of the song and like match up like action sequences with like faster paced parts of the song. And I think it turned out so well. Like, I think, in my opinion, if you watch the opening of that Tales of Arise video, like the song lines up so good that like if you hadn't played Tales of Arise or seen the opening cinematic, you wouldn't even notice that the song has been changed. And I was really proud of that at the time when I did it. I forgot that the flamethrower was out here. I'm an idiot. Oh man, I should have been coming out here the whole time. I could have been destroying the flood. No wonder I haven't made progress. The flood are really weak to fire, by the way, if people didn't. And I still died. So yeah, so I mean, those are some of my favorite videos or games that I've done on the channel. That's all the questions I had. I just want to say the support has been unbelievable from you guys. Thank everybody so much for, you know, watching the videos, commenting, subscribing, your questions and your comments and everything. I read every single comment I get. I respond to every single comment. I truly enjoy like engaging with you guys and talking with you guys. So it's just so much fun to me. And it's mind-boggling to me that the channel has grown where it's grown to, and it's not even a year since I've started uploading videos. That this many people would take even a slight interest in watching me play video games and talk about them is just, it's staggering to me. There's also some really nice comments. So a few really nice comments I got in response to my YouTube community post asking for questions and stuff that I'll just read off, and I want to shout out those users or those viewers real quick too. So user Takiyoyaki, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that, I'm terrible at pronunciations, said, "Congrats dude, road to 10k, let's go." Holy shit, man, thank you. And 10k, I'm boggled we're at like 1600 or whatever it is right now. I mean, be amazing if we hit 10k, but I'm also just so blown away and happy with where we're at right now. So but 10k, hell yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Melissa G says, "Hell yeah, homie, you rock." No, Melissa, you rock. I'm laughing because of the viewer name for this next one. It's Ravioli from Iceland. That's such a funny name to me. Ravioli's delicious too. That's making me hungry, yo. This is their comment is, "Great job, man. You definitely deserve it. Keep up the great work." Oh, thank you. I don't know if I deserve it, but appreciate it. And then Brendan Voister said, "Awesome job, Skilly. Proud of you, man. It's an honor to have been there since you had double digits. You're an amazing creator." Dude, I can't. You guys are gonna make me. It's the onions in here. You guys are gonna make me cry. You guys have all been so awesome, so nice. The comments have been so positive on all of my videos, and even videos on IGP's channel and on Dre's channel and just on Icy's streams and stuff. You guys have all been so welcoming and kind, and you know, that's not always the case on the internet, and I'm sure I'm gonna encounter some hate, and I've seen a couple of negative comments here and there on other people's channels. But you know, I'm not gonna let that shit get to me. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I plan on keep making videos. All right, why don't we finish this video out by actually trying to get past this part of the level and actually beating the freaking level? What do you think? Be a nice way to end this, right? Beat my favorite level of Halo 3 on Legendary, even though I haven't played in like 5 years or however long. We're just gonna have to do the thing in Legendary where you just run it. You gotta find the right paths and just weave in and out. Don't fight an enemy unless they're in your way of progressing. Or you can just jump over them, like I'm trying to do. Get back, get back, get back. Jesus, yo. Oh my god, there's too much blood. There's too much blood. I've done this so many times now. I'm gonna have to fast forward through a bunch of shitty failed attempts. I've done this so many times though. I know the right path to take for most of this. I should remember this from originally. I've beaten all the Halos on Legendary before except for Infinite. I haven't gone back and done that yet. But Oh god, the deluge. Oh my god, I made it through that. Oh shit, they're coming.
Time has taught me patience, but basking in new freedom, I will know all that I possess!
Alright, Gravemind, you need to chill the hell out, dude. You're getting a little freak. Oh my god, this is gonna be a shit show. Oh god. Yeah, I forgot. This is not gonna do much to you, is it? Oh shit, I don't remember. Where am I supposed to go here? Is it up? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I gotta reload. Oh, run. Run. Yeah, I keep going. Okay, I'm just circling around here. Okay, time for sword maybe? I'm gonna die again. Oh my god, just find the right path. Come on. Yes. Ah, get across. Oh, shield. Oh, whatever, shield, block him. Get out of here, dude. Oh my god. Oh.
I have walked the edge of the abyss. I have seen your future and I have learned.
Submit! End her torment and my own!
So Cortana's like trying to fight the Gravemind, and he's starting to get pissed. I think she's starting to kind of win a little bit maybe, or even like just make it too hard on him. We gotta save her though, we gotta get there. Alright, you can die. Oh dear god, these snipers. Come on, isn't she right here? Oh my god. God damn it, do I have to take out all these fucking things? Probably, right? Ah, shit, where is she? I thought she was... I'm misremembering. It's been too long since I played this. Okay, there's a door over there. Isn't this the opposite side? I'm gonna keep going that way then. Let's go. Got that epic Halo music kicking in right here. Ooh, cloaking. Yeah, give me cloaking, please. I'm trying to get a sword. Alright, let's go.
There will be no more sadness, no more anger, no more envy.
You will show me what she hides, or I shall feast upon your bones!
Oh, you're not gonna feast upon my bones. You know who you're talking to, bitch? I'm the Master Chief. Get the hell out of here.
This is UNSCAI serial number CTN0452-9. I am a monument to all your sins.
A monument to all your sins. That's such an epic line. Here she is. We got to her. Right? Yeah, there's a breach stasis field B. Gotta keep hitting. Let's go. We did it. So I had to bitch out and not fight every single enemy, but we made it through on Legendary. Let's get it. Oh, and that Halo music.
But so much of me is wrong. Out of place. You might be too late.
You know me. When I make a promise.
You keep it. I do know how to pick 'em.
Lucky me. Do you still have it?
The activation index from the first Halo ring. A little souvenir I hung on to, just in case. Got an escape plan?
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
I love that line from Chief. Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
There's two of us in